every time they release an expansion. It should
You think they
should
worry?
see something because like, oh, we have 10 million subscribers at the
I
end
think
of
the biggest
Warlords of
issue with
Draenor.
WoW is that it's dated. It's very dated. It's very old. It the other thing is that they
but
can't
like,
make
a lot of people like that.
Yeah, but it's getting tiring. It's the same shit all the time.
No, like, yeah, you're right about that. It is the same shit, but it's like, it's not because it's old. It's because they don't add content worthwhile.
I think that contributes to it in some way.
Because
Being
like
aged, I think
Warlords of Draenor. Oh my fucking god, that was the worst expansion they've ever released ever.
The new one was good. The new one that they just came out with.
Legion's fantastic. Yes, I love Legion.
Yeah.
Warlords of Draenor. I hated that. That's when I quit. I hated Warlords. Warlords was so fucking bad.
Mm.
Like, not the story, but like all the content they added. Because now people just sit in their fucking bases and, you know, just
there's no interaction.
Yeah, it's a Facebook game.
Yep. Warlords was my first WoW experience, and I was like, wow,
I feel really bad for you then.
Like,
my first experience was Burning Crusade. I loved Burning Crusade. I loved Wrath of the Lich King. That Wrath of the Lich King was probably the prime, if not Cataclysm. Cataclysm was really good too.
Mm.
I think Mists of Pandaria, like, a lot of people were really, like, there was mixed reviews with Mists of Pandaria. I think it was a fantastic expansion.
I think Pandaria was good for what it was. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been better.
Like, the whole new land alone was really, like, that was, like, good. Like,
yeah.
Monk is really cool too. I like that class. Don't care for the race too much. I don't care for the Pandarians.
Monk is a lot of fucking fun.
It is.
Their new changes though to the tank version kind of annoy me, but of course there's a lot of other shit too. Mm.
We recruited a new guy to ERP, but we're not too sure if he shares the same vision as us.
Oh, really?
Recruiting new members is always a difficult process. Because it's like, are they like happy-go-lucky all the time, or are they realistic?
Yeah.
I can't handle the happy-go-lucky people. It's like,
how do you handle me? Actually, you don't. You just kind of ignore me half the time. Never mind.
No, I don't. But it's like, in terms of like the way the guild's direction is going and the way he's going are on, not even on the same path. They're like next city over.
They're that different.
Yeah, he's like, oh, let's go and like help the Zerg, and we're like, fuck the Zerg.
We know what works.
You're rolling with us. We want to make a stand on the community. We don't want to follow with this stupid tag.
Knock, knock, open up the door, girl.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to open the door.
He doesn't wear his socks into the doorway.
I'm going to a tournament pretty soon.
Oh,
what?
Where is she?
Tournament again pretty soon. I haven't gone to one in like 4 months.
For what?
Smash. It's on New Year's.
You're going to Smash.
There's a random floating hand on my screen, and it's gone. It's just gone. Did you see that we have a new kitty?
How can Tracer be gay though if every Tracer that I play with sucks dick?
Yes, I've seen that joke. We've all seen it.
That was Dion Anderson's.
Yeah.
OG. Yeah, P-Bat. I love P-Bat.
I like P-Bat.
Is it because he's Canadian?
No, I just like him.
He doesn't He doesn't have to like him just because he's Canadian, man. God.
No, he has to. Because it's because he's Canadian.
You gotta stop assuming.
you just assume?
Did you just assume? I assumed.
Did you just assume? Am I Canadian?
I don't know, eh? Oh god, what the fuck?
Level
Did you
3
see
Mage's
that,
Guild.
Enderal,
yeah, it's getting
20-hour
DLC.
DLC? Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be hype. I'm hoping it makes its way to SE.
I think they've said they're not planning on it.
Yeah.
Just
It
because
shouldn't
it'd be way too
hard,
much.
but at least in my opinion, it shouldn't be too much.
It shouldn't be, but it's a lot to do also at the same time because they have to completely port it over. And they have to make sure it's fucking stable. Plus, this doesn't have some of the mods that this has aren't porting. So if they do it, they'd have to basically rebuild it all.
I was just walking through the woods on ESO, and now I'm fighting a Dromora.
Good job.
Because they just literally spawned on top of me. I used my ultimate too early, so I didn't realize there was a boss coming.
Also, can I just say that the magic that they have in this for teleporting to and from places is super useful?
See, like when I saw that, I just picture like mages in WoW.
Well,
And there's nothing wrong with that.
no, but like the scrolls to return to towns is useful. The mark and return spells are super nice to have because you can only have one of those at a time.
Yeah.
So if you place one marked location, you can't like have a second one. You have to go.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's from
Morrowind, right?
Morrowind.
Yeah. And then
I like the mages like in WoW because like they're able to have access to cities and shit. That's really cool.
yeah,
And like that's what I pictured it as. But yeah, I realized that's from Morrowind.
yeah, and I think it's a nice addition because I think for people it's like I don't want to have to always fucking fast travel back and then have to find my way back.
Oh,
to
I
this
don't
damn
even
place.
fast travel at all.
Yeah, but this gives you like a reason to actually be able to go, and travel more. Because...
what was it? I encountered a quest I had never found before in Skyrim.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not an officially marked quest, may I add. But it is something I didn't know about. Near Winterhold, because the character I'm playing is a mage, so I went straight for the college. And I was, because I have cutting room floor, it added a bunch of like missing missing like quests. It was like a bunch of like the apprentices have gone missing. That's not what I'm talking about, but like that's why I was out there. I found this lighthouse called Frostflow Folly, and it's a lighthouse. I went in, and it's a Redguard family that was attacked by Falmer. And I was like, okay, cool. It's no marked quest, and I looked it up because like I wanted to see what like the enemies that were in there because Karis, when I was like level 5, so Karis, if I ran into a Karis, I would get murdered. Didn't feel like going down there if there's Karis down there, so I went to go look at the zone, and I realized that it's got a quest tied to it, and I was like, what quest? And if you clear the whole dungeon, like down, because like you go down below, and that's where they broke through like the basement, and there's like a Falmer base down there. And if you find like this one Redguard woman's remains and you burn them in the lighthouse, you get Sailor's like response, and it's an ability, and your healing spells do or heal you more for 10%.
That's really fucking cool.
And I never knew about that.
But that's a cutting.
No, it's not. It's actually in the game.
Huh.
There's the dead, like the missing apprentices, which led me out there, was the cutting room floor.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
And I never knew about that.
It makes you wonder, like, just how many quests there are.
Oh, I'm sure there's
aren't...
still a bunch of shit that I haven't found.
Well, like in general, like, what is there in that game that is not there or like, it's missing? You know.
I know that in the College of Winterhold, Feralda, she doesn't like. It's already common knowledge that she doesn't like Naranya,
Yeah.
which is the Feralda's the destruction mage and Naranya is the restoration mage, and they don't like each other. So like she's and like Naranya's doing this experiment, and Feralda wants to like make sure it doesn't go successfully.
Mm-hmm.
Intent, and so she steals like she has you steal her notebook. That's not in the game. It's in Cutting Room Floor.
Huh.
They cut that out. As I said, there's a because the only reason why I noticed it because it's a note like you walk into the doorway of the college, like you know the main hall, and there's a little note on a wall, and it said missing apprentices, and like you go and get like their belongings because they all died, and you bring them back, and you get I think you just get some gold. I don't know. And like I didn't know that was in Cutting Room Floor either. Like, and I've used that mod forever.
I just love that there's shit like that in that mod, though.
Yeah.
Like just things you would never know even existed.
Well, I'll catch up with you guys later. I'm gonna go play Dota.
Okay. Oh wait, hold on. I want to ask you.
Hmm.
How is the new update? What's going on with it?
Dota?
Yeah, the Dota 2 update.
There's a lot
Didn't
of
they release
fighting.
Didn't they release Monkey King?
Monkey King. He's
Like-
broken, but he got fixed today.
The New Beginnings update or whatever. What is that? What's going on with that?
Speaking from a meta standpoint, there's a lot more fighting than there was farming now, and from a casual standpoint, everything is different.
How so? I was curious because I wanted to ask
The
you
map
about
got redesigned. The UI is completely different. The loading screen is a lot more cleaner. It's meant to drag in more fans from League of Legends, I would assume, because the way the UI is designed. If you have a look at the UI, you're like, yeah, it looks like League.
So is it a bad thing though for existing players?
Not existing players. All the rules are still there. Like all the Dota rules, and like, oh, this auto attack, it does this, and like you can deny your creeps, and like all
It's
that
just
normal Dota shit is there.
readjusting to everything.
Yeah, like one of the more interesting things I noticed, like from playing today, was like it's a very minor thing, but it's huge in my eyes. Like TPing onto your lane trees doesn't destroy them anymore, which I thought was like, what? This is like, what other rules did they change like this?
Because wasn't
There's a
it
lot of that.
useful to be able to destroy them like that?
Yeah, especially now with Monkey King.
So
King
it's
gets the
things
3
like
second
that
stun
that
if he falls.
oh, so it's shit like that that they've changed. That's just kind of different than what was normally accepted.
Yeah, like all the small things you would like normally take for granted, like the trees cutting, the 2 ruins in the river, you would battle for them. Roshan Pit even got moved, which was huge.
Wait, what the fuck? They moved Rashawn?
Yeah, they moved him again. Moved him to the weirdest spot they could ever move him.
Which
In
was
the middle of the river and the north.
What?
Yeah, it's the fucking weirdest position you would ever put in. You can't even put words around it. It's the hard part.
So it makes knowing when to go to Rashawn that much different.
A little bit more different, yeah, than like, because I guess the problem with the last patch was like you could just put a radar scan right in front of the Roshan entrance and you could get like knowledge easily, but this time it's like you have to know whether or not they're coming from their shrine, the river, or your side of the map.
So basically, it's gonna have to be different placements in turn
Yeah,
for certain things.
I guess it was balanced for scanning, which is I guess different now. But I'm
Interesting.
gonna go learn more.
Yeah, you keep me updated on that. I want to hear more on that.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Oh, yeah.
Peace.
They just sit on their asses and hope things settle.
Oh man.